students. Welcome back to another episode of Jefferson Patriot News. It is me, your host, Joseph Steele, and today, on this episode, we will be focusing on the RMS Titanic. The RMS Titanic was due to sail from England to New York, or at least, it was supposed to. A few days before they were supposed to arrive in New York, they struck ice and went down. The RMS Titanic was a grand ship that went from England to New York, or at least it was supposed to. A few days before they were due in New York, they smashed into an iceberg, killing hundreds. Never seen before, only on this broadcast, this exclusive broadcast, through the marvels of technology, through the wonders of science, we are able to bring to you Captain E.J. Smith. Wait, where am I? Who are you? Now, E.J., it's all right. It's okay. I'm just going to ask you a few questions. You're in an interview. Is that all right with you? Can we do that? Thank you very much. Remember, viewers, we are live, so feel free to tweet your questions and we will answer them the best we can. Here's our first question right here. It asks, CJ So Cool asks, how are you? How's the Titanic? And how are the passengers right now? It's not good. About 1 o'clock today, the Titanic struck ice and went under. We evacuated as many children and women as possible, but unfortunately, it was not nearly enough. Sledgehammer Snail asks, do you know why the Titanic went under? Well, we struck ice. But why we struck ice is the real question. I see. Earlier this morning, one of our watchmen misplaced the binoculars, and on the last shift, well, we just plain didn't have any binoculars. Oh, I'm so very sorry to hear that. So I asked one of the cabin boys to go fetch them, but he could not find them in time, so we started the last shift without any binoculars. It was also very misty, so it was very hard for him to see very far. By the time he told me that there was ice on the way and that we were on a direct collision course with the iceberg, it was too late. Cool Beans 8877 asks, why did you crash the Titanic? Like I said, I couldn't really see, nor could my watchman, so it wasn't really a matter of me crashing into the iceberg. It was on accident. Well, not really on accident, just miscommunication. Okay. Yeah. Alright, on to our next question. Mindy 45 asks, how many people survived? Well, from the size of the boats, about 700. Oh. But I do not know this for sure. Some of the boats may have tipped over, some of them may have just not carried enough people, some may have carried too many people and flipped over, but I do not really know. About 700. Let's have a moment of silence for those who have passed. Candy Crusher 47 asks, which of the passengers were your favorites? Which were your least favorites? Didn't really have a favorite, or a least favorite. I guess my favorite thing on the Titanic was, well, the Titanic. Okay, that's not entirely true. My least favorite were the Americans. The Americans on the boat were very difficult. Oh, who am I kidding? The Americans are just the... Oh, I mean, they're always so cocky and just so plain annoying. They ask questions all the time. Very funny, Mr. Smith. On to our next question. I mean, come on. Americans are just... I said on to our next question, Mr. Smith. Thank you very much. Ninja Cupcake 78 asks, why did you not go on a lifeboat like the other passengers and the rest of the crew? Well, I felt as if it was my fault that I crashed into the iceberg. So, I decided to be responsible for my actions. As the captain, it is my duty to go down with the ship. Thank you very much, EJ, for joining us on this newscast. And thank you very much, viewers, for tuning in. Join us next week where we talk with King Tut and how it feels to be a boy king. Thanks for watching.